What's up, guys? Welcome to another Addict to Entrepreneur podcast. I am your host, as always, Quentin, and today we're going to be talking about the Addicts Guide to Setting Goals to Accomplish Your Dreams. So this comes down into 5 different categories that I've handpicked to kind of give you a guideline on what you should be looking forward to do if you got goals and dreams that you would like to accomplish. So the first one is setting healthy boundaries. Number 2, envision your dreams. Number 3, writing down your dreams so that way you can set goals to them. Forming healthy habits. And then 5 is stick to your goals. So to the first one, setting healthy boundaries. So boundaries will free you. Boundaries are the difference between your life being a living hell and your life being heaven on earth. It all depends on you and what you decide that your boundaries are. So an example of boundaries could be surrounding yourself with healthy people, going to healthy places, not surrounding yourself with unhealthy people in unhealthy places, because nobody wants to lead back into another relapse just because their boundaries failed. So your life is shaped by the yeses and the nos that you say to things. So if you say yes to things that are unhealthy, then you're going to have unhealthy outcomes for it. And then so if you say no to things that are unhealthy, then you're going to have a healthy outcome to it. Because anything that is unhealthy to your well-being, they could be a multitude of different things. Everybody is different and everybody has their own stresses and situations that they have to deal with. So the best way to go about this is to set yourself up, set your boundaries out, know what your boundaries are, what do you want in life, what do you not want in life, and stick to those boundaries. You control your boundaries. Nobody else controls your boundaries. Your boundaries are the building blocks for your house. Your house being your mentality and your emotional state. So if you're saying yes to things that are unhealthy, you're laying bad bricks in your house. If you're saying yes to things that are healthy and no to things that are unhealthy, you're laying good bricks with good solid mortar in between them. So your boundaries control a lot of what goes on in your life, whether it's healthy or unhealthy. So moving into number 2, envisioning your dreams. So the human mind is spectacular in so many different ways. Like everything you have around you, from that chair behind me, the wall, this foam on the wall, this microphone, this computer, everything was created by somebody's imagination. And then so they had to follow pretty much these same steps to make that imagination turn into a reality. So the first thing you have to do is you have to imagine positive things. I talk about positivity a lot because I don't like negativity in my life. And so I try to cut it out as much as possible wherever I can. And then so imagine positive things. Like if you want to build a $1 billion company, figure out a positive way to do it, whether it's real estate, banking, it doesn't matter what it is. And then so you think yourself into success. Or let me rephrase that. So you think yourself into the mindset of success, because you can't think yourself into success. If that were possible, then everybody in this world would be successful. You have to think yourself into a mind state that will bring yourself up, so that way you believe things are possible. If you're not thinking into success, then you're thinking yourself into failure. And it brings me to a quote, and the quote is that it's better to try and fail than fail to try. And then so Van Gogh, when he was talking about his paintings and how he painted them, somebody asked him, and he said that I dream my paintings and then I paint my dream. So everything starts with a dream in the imagination. So you got to envision your dreams. You got to envision them healthy dreams. And then so into the next category, you got to write them dreams down and then come up with with goals that'll make that dream come true. So what is a dream with a written goal? Well, it becomes a plan. What is a dream without any written goal? It remains a fantasy. You stay in your own mind, in your own way. You will keep yourself stuck in one place forever because you won't write them down. So everybody knows that we have two sides of the brain. We got a left side and we have a right side. So when you're envisioning your dreams, you're using your right side. That's the imaginative side of the brain. And then so when you write them down, you use your left side of the brain. So and then there's a in-between part where when you're imagining your dreams and you're writing them down at the same time, you use your full capacity of your brain, making you think about how to accomplish your goals more. It makes you think about it more because you writ it down. So later on during the day or down the week or a month from now, you'll be like, hey, I remember writing down my dreams. Let me look at that again, because now you have a solid piece of paper that has your goals and your dreams on it. So that way you can look back at it later, add to it, subtract to it, do whatever you got to do to make it work for you. And then so on to healthy habits, forming healthy habits. So your habits starting the day and ending the day and all the ones in between the day will control your mindset. So if you have a habit of waking up 5 minutes before it's time to go to work, jumping up, getting dressed, or running out the door, to me that's a bad habit because I'm setting myself up for failure that day. Because I'm in a negative mindset starting the day. Oh, I didn't want to wake up. I didn't want to go to work yet. My body's not ready for work. My mind's not awake enough to focus on my work. So I try to wake up a little bit early. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I'm trying to form the habit of actually getting up early, and I'm thinking about getting up early, spending 30 minutes to read one of the books that I have, and then 30 minutes to do paperwork, and then that will set me up for the day. I'll be fully awake by the time I end up on one of my job sites, and I'll be ready and more alert to know what's going on and what needs to be done that day to make it a good day. And then so this brings me to a great book that I read. It's called Atomic Habits. So Atomic Habits talks about 4 steps to setting healthy habits. So the first one is making it obvious. You shouldn't have any questions in what you want your habit to be. So let's use waking up early as an example. So waking up early, okay, you got to make it obvious. I want to get up so that way I'm ready for the day and I can set myself up for success in the day. Well, so the second step in this is to make it attractive. Well, what am I going to do in the morning to make it worth getting up that extra little bit of time? So this could come down to anything to making yourself breakfast first thing in the morning, or watching TV for a minute, listening to a podcast. You should listen to this one. And then the third step is making it easy. When you set habits, you should not put any friction in the way of what you want that habit to be. So the friction in between sleeping in, the friction might be, oh, it's warm in bed. Well, or it's cold in your room, so your bed's nice and warm, so you don't want to get up. So turn the heater on, make your room warm, so that way when you wake up, you're still in the heat. You're not shivering cold because the heat's not up. So the fourth step for this is to make it satisfying. So the human brain does not like a delayed gratification. We would rather have a small reward now and delay a better reward later. Well, so to make it satisfying within your habits, you got to have small rewards within your habit building to ultimately lead you down the road to a bigger success and a bigger payoff later. So let's say sleeping in, okay? So making it satisfying, I could wake up first thing in the morning, make myself breakfast. Why? Because when I eat breakfast in the morning, I feel so much better throughout the day. And come noontime, I'm not like, oh, I'm so hungry because I didn't eat. Well, make it satisfying. Wake up, make yourself some eggs and bacon or anything to eat. or just do something in the morning that will make you happy that you can get up. All right, so on to the next category. So sticking to your goals. So this is a huge one because a lot of people drop their dreams and their goals. And to me, how I see that is you're wasting your time. You wasted your time. If you were working on your dream for so long, you wasted all of that time. You're never going to get that time back. You may make good money in that little bit of time, but you're never going to get that time back. So why waste the time? Why waste the time on something that you really that you're just going to give up on? Don't give up on your dreams. So another thing being this is an addict podcast, is one advice that I have is chase your dreams and your goals like you chased drugs. And I'll say that one more time. Chase your dreams and your goals like you chased drugs. If you were an addict like I am, we either used all the time or we didn't use it all. So why should life and dreams and goal setting be any different? You know, we're already in that mindset to do either something fully or not at all. So why would we give up something that we worked so hard to get? That would be like a drug addict going 2 days fiending for dope, finally finding some dope because everybody's been dry, getting the bag, getting it home or into the bathroom or wherever you ended up going to do it and going, never mind. I mean, that would be a good scenario because that'd be setting yourself up for success. But in that scenario, but that scenario doesn't happen very often. Like it's probably less than 1% where that scenario actually happens. So another thing is your dreams are your dreams. Any other job that you work are somebody else's dreams. So why would you help somebody else make their dreams come true? And don't get me wrong. So everybody needs help making their dreams come true. But if you're listening to this, then you're probably not that person because you got dreams of your own. You're trying to figure out how to make them come true. So why go through all the trouble to make your dreams come true and not do it? But anyways, so you're either working on your dreams or you're helping somebody else's dreams come true. And then, so also within this, so you got to outgrow your friends. So if you're not outgrowing your friends or your friends aren't outgrowing you, then you're stuck in this little loop, because if you're not outgrowing them, then you're stuck in the same mindset. So if you keep the same friends that you've had since high school and they're still working a dead-end job like McDonald's or something, working a dead-end job, and you still have that friend while you're creating your dreams. I'm not saying don't drop them completely from your friends list. I'm saying limit your time with them, because their mind isn't going to build like yours is when you're in not active using, but actively trying to make your dreams come true. So another thing is the more you work on your dreams, the bigger your dreams get, the more stress you're going to have. A lot of people say, "Oh, I want to be a millionaire so bad." Well, you know what comes with being a millionaire? It comes with a lot more bills, bigger tabs to pay, and a lot more stress comes to it. And I'm not a millionaire, so I don't have a lot of experience in that. I'm just going off of what I know, and I know just from the little bit that I make, last year I went from net worthing like $200 a job as a side hustle, and I net worthed all of that. But I couldn't do it the same this year. This year I went completely legal, got an LLC, insurance, and I'm paying taxes. So that all adds to the bill. So a $200 job then could last me 2-3 weeks, buying food, saving a little bit for bills. But $200 now wouldn't even cover my insurance for 2 months. So I got to raise my profit margin, because since I've raised my profit margin, I had to add all these other things into it, making it to where I had to charge more. If I didn't charge more, my business would have failed, because I wouldn't have been able to pay the taxes and still live a normal life, as you would put it. I wouldn't be able to get the jobs that I do, like with HOA services and everything, because HOAs require licensing, insurance. You got to have insurance in case you break a window or break a pipe or something on a property. So I had to get all of that stuff to raise myself. Well, in doing that, the LLC costs money. The business license costs money every year. You have to put away for taxes. And then, so on top of that, you also have to pay your insurance, which is like $60 a month. Plus, you have your house bills, you have utilities, you have car insurance. In my case, we got a car and a truck, so I got two different insurances I got to pay. So that right there alone is 7 bills that I have to pay in 1 month. $200 for each side job wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. So, in closing, so life is a marathon, not a sprint. So you got to put marathon shoes on, not sprint shoes. What that means is you got to set yourself up for the long run, not the short run. Because at the end of the day, if you try and sprint over the finish line, as soon as you cross it, you're going to realize that there's more than one finish line, and you're going to burn yourself out really quick. So you in the marathon, the finish line is the day that you die. The day you die is your finish line to what you can accomplish on planet Earth. So don't run a sprint, run a marathon. So set healthy boundaries, envision your dream, write down your dreams and your goals, form healthy habits to accomplish those goals, and then stick to your goals. All right. Thanks for listening to the podcast. This has been the Addict to Entrepreneur podcast. Tune back in, and I should have another great video up within a few days. Thanks, guys.